Or is it too much just our faces?
Hi, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel.
I'll do my intro by myself and all of a sudden here you are. Act naturally, that's it. They're gonna put me in the movies and all I gotta do is act. Oh, I guess I didn't say what your name was. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So tonight, my husband and I are filming a get to know us video. He has not been on my channel very much, which we are going to address the reason why in this video. So I thought it would be really cool just for you guys to get to know him and get to know us as a couple, get to know the man behind the family. And I asked you guys over on Instagram to leave us some of your questions, whatever you guys were wondering, and you did. So we're gonna answer those in this video. So for those of you who don't know, this is my husband, Nathan. Did I say my name's Amanda?
I don't know.
I hope I did anyway. And we'll just get on into it. Okay. So I have lost track of how many questions there are, but we're gonna try to get through them and not, oh, I did write that one down. Didn't realize I wrote that one down. And not take too long. Okay, so question number one, how long have you been married and how old were you?
Well, it's been 10.5 years so far.
And we were, let's see, I was 20 and he was 23. Just little babies.
Little babies.
Which, I don't know what makes it, like, is it 10 years that makes it feel longer or just how old I am? I don't know.
How old does that make you?
We've just been married 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the next question, how did you meet?
We met when we were working at a grocery store back in Washington. So.
Yeah, there's a privately owned grocery store called Hagen, and we both worked there. I was a checker, cashier person, and he started out on nights, and I actually didn't notice him for a couple of months, right? Mm-hmm. It was a couple of months. He knew who I was, or at least had noticed me. And it was a couple of months later that I finally noticed him. He was moving over to days. And then people that I worked with started talking, oh, Nathan's gonna come to days and he's gonna be, you know, the grocery person in charge and blah, blah. And so I started hearing his name and then I started paying attention more and we met. We met through a mutual friend, actually, Jody. I was living with her, or was I yet? I wasn't yet, no, but we were planning to move in together, her and I, and be roommates. And she knew him. She worked with him more on nights. So through her, we met. But yeah, we were working at a grocery store, which was fun. How did you trap him? How did I trap him?
I don't know. Your dashing personality.
I have a dashing personality?
Not really.
Come on, man. What was it? You've told me. He's told me. He just doesn't want to tell you guys.
Your butt. That's what caught my eye. I'll leave it at that.
Admired that for a couple of months, did you?
Maybe.
Where were you when you realized, damn girl, you a snack? Thanks, Mackenzie. Oh man, okay.
Well, when did you realize you were a snack?
Well, I don't know if that was to me or is that to you? Like you realized it. Because we know you did, obviously.
Yeah.
It was pretty quick, actually. If that was supposed to be when he realized it, it was pretty quick, wasn't it? Was it quick? I've actually never asked you that.
I'll be honest, I didn't really know who you were until I noticed the butt.
So yes, that's what it was. Okay, next question. What does Nathan do for work? It seems like he has gone a lot. So yes and no.
Kind of, sort of. So I am an instrument and control specialist. Currently, I'm working commissioning a LNG plant, a liquefied natural gas plant that they're building here in southern Louisiana. And I've worked in refineries, chemical plants, fertilizer plants. I specialize in process control portion of it. So I make everything work.
So he has traveled off and on in the past, but he doesn't travel right now. He just works really long days and most of the days of the week. He's working 6 days a week right now. So him never being around, it's just the fact that he's only home for like, what, a couple hours at night before we're wrapping everything up and going to bed. And then he's up really early in the morning. He leaves before 5. So yeah, he's here. He's just not here a lot. But he's in our lives. He's not traveling. Next, did you actually plan to have all of those kids?
Well,
yes and no.
Yes and no. When we first got married, we decided on 2 or 3 is what we agreed upon.
You wanted 2, possibly 3. I was in the early days of our relationship, I was talking 4, possibly 5. I'm from a family of 5, and I always liked the dynamics of a big family, but he was like, 5? No. Like 2, maybe 3. So that was early on in the relationship.
Let's see, neither of the girls were planned. Let's say we didn't plan on that. Is that one of the questions?
Well, just didn't plan to have all of them.
We planned to have them all, quote unquote.
They just,
They just happened. 2 of them happened.
The boys were planned, the girls were not. So we were ushered into parenthood sooner than we had expected, and it worked out okay. But it wasn't, when we would have done it, because he was
a year and a half. No, 2 years into marriage.
It was just after our 2nd anniversary, and he was going to school and working part-time. I was working full-time, so we relied a lot on my mom in those first 2 years of Nora's life. Yeah. She helped out a lot. She watched Nora, and yeah, so Nora wasn't planned, and then the boys were.
Both boys, yeah.
And Avalie, our 4th one, we were still on the fence about having a 4th one. We were leaning towards, okay, we want one, but we hadn't really nailed down yes for sure or when. And then she came along. So yes and no. But we're happy with them. Do you plan to have any more kids? No. If the reality of more kids didn't mean the reality of more kids, like 5 or 6 kids, yes, we would have more kids. We really would love the dynamics that the kids have. We really enjoy our family and just hanging out with the kids. He's always here on his time off. He's always home. He loves to be here. And, we're a really good team, and we're a really tight-knit little family. So yes, we would add more kids to that, but homeschooling, I don't think I could homeschool 5 kids as it is. We'll see how it goes. We're taking it year by year right now. And that's just a lot. 5 would be a lot. Yeah. So.
What makes it a hard decision is the fact that our kids do get along so well. They all really love each other, other than when they're fighting.
I mean, the sibling stuff.
That decision's been made, so.
Yeah. How do y'all deal with the distance? So I assume that means from our extended family. If you guys don't know, we live out of state from our family, and we have for over 5 years now. We are from Washington State, but we've lived in Kansas and Montana, and now we're in Louisiana. I don't know. A lot of it, I think, for me anyway, is just your mindset. Not letting yourself get sucked into, the negative, like, I miss everybody, I wish I was home, we can't do this because this, we can't see so-and-so, you've got to stay really positive and move yourself forward. And, for us, like for me anyway, it was a tough transition because we moved right when Dayton turned 4 weeks. So I had a newborn and a toddler, and I had come off of working full time. So I was also just all of a sudden staying at home, and I had no family around. But I got busy really, really quick. I got involved in lots of things, and it was a conscious decision on my part to stay busy and stay positive, because I knew that it would be really hard for me if I didn't. And it has been hard over the years, but mindset for me is the biggest thing.
Well, overall, we like that we have a very tight-knit family.
Yeah.
Our kids are very, very, very comfortable in the life that we've made for them, and they like having us around, and they really enjoy us and each other. And so really only having us to rely on, it has been difficult, but it's been good for us. It's caused our relationship to come together. And
yeah, it's been good for our relationship. So there's a positive there. Recognizing the positives is a big thing for sure, because we would not be able to have our lifestyle if we were back there. I would almost for sure have to go to work, and the kids would be in school. We would not be able to afford a private school up there or anything like that. So they'd be in public, which we're not crazy about, especially at a young age. We don't want them in public at a young age. And we would just be really pulled apart. And we love that our family is so tight. So yeah, I don't know. Dealing with the distance, I think it's probably just having staying in a positive mind frame, moving forward, focusing on your core family. What do we want? What do we need to prioritize? And making steps to get there, because every move we've made has moved us forward as the goals that we've set for our family. And that helps a lot. But it is challenging and it is hard because the kids aren't growing up around their cousins and the other grandparents and aunts and uncles. That's difficult. And we have made it a priority to travel. That's another thing. You know, we're able to afford going back home. We are making it a priority at least once a year. And then my parents, especially my mom, comes down as often as possible. She's been down twice already this year. And then we went up, me and the kids went up. So they do see their family quite a bit, and that does help a lot. Do you get nostalgic when you go back home and visit the old Hagens? So the grocery store where we met. Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun to stop in there. We stop in there on purpose whenever we can, whenever we go back home.
And I worked there for 7 years.
Yeah. Well,
so I worked there for 7 years, and there's quite a few people that still work there that we used to work with. So it's really fun to go back and to visit everybody. Yeah.
It brings back the memories. And especially having the people there that still work there, that were there when we were like dating and then going through our engagement. Yeah, it brings back a lot of memories, and it's a lot of fun. I still love Hagen. I mean, even just working there, I really loved that job. It was a really good fit for me. Just all the constant energy and the flow of people, I really thrived off of that. So it has a lot of really good memories for me, but definitely as far as our relationship goes, yeah. We were actually talking about it not too long ago, a month ago or something like that. Just those early days, the engagement days, it was a lot of fun. Let's see. What has been your biggest challenge to overcome? I don't know, 10 years.
The first 2 years of marriage?
Yeah, I was going to say 10 years and 4 kids, there's a lot of stuff, but probably the first 2 years. And I don't know, I mean, was there anything specific?
No, I think we were just a little young. Yeah. And we didn't quite know how to communicate.
Yeah, communication's been a big thing.
Try to put ourselves aside and put the other one first in certain situations. We had a rough couple of years, rough start, and we got some counseling.
Yeah.
So we went to marriage counseling for a good 6 to 9 months, 6 months?
6 months, I think, yeah.
6 months, and that probably saved us right there.
Yeah, so, it was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say just overall the first 2 years, there wasn't anything specific. I wouldn't say that living away from family has been a huge challenge or anything like that. Adding the kids, we haven't had a single, situation where, oh my goodness, this is hard. Probably just learning to communicate. Little one. How do you stay connected with so many kids and no breaks? Communication.
There's that.
We talk about everything. We talk all the time. We sit and visit all the time. Like I said, he's home. When he's not working, he's here at home. He doesn't go out a lot. So we are together
as much as we can.
And we talk about everything. And I would say for me anyway, that's the biggest thing, staying connected, is communicating.
Yeah. Well, you don't get much time to talk to adults. So
I don't know.
Somebody talks to kids pretty much all the time. So it's important that she has somebody to talk to and to really, listen really.
Yeah. What about you?
I would say that's probably the number one. Number one thing. I just making the choice to be with each other as much as we can, and we do a fairly good job of trying to put ourselves first, our marriage first, and making sure that we spend time together, even when the kids are pulling at me because they want me to play with them, and we set at least a half an hour aside where we get a good talking. And
well, and you do what you have to do. I mean, right now they're out there, they're watching a show. They haven't watched shows at all today, so they're ready to watch a show. They're not bored by it, and we're in here filming because it's the only way to do it. So just taking advantage however you can. That's probably what we do. All right, the last question. Do you ever plan to live in Washington again? Never say never, but...
Because every time you do.
Yes. I said we would never live in Louisiana. Here we are. I said, oh no, we're never going to live in Dodge City. When you left to go interview, we went to Dodge City, Kansas. So never say never. But right now, I think that we're probably pretty certain that we're not going to pursue it for a lot of reasons, and there's a lot to go into, and you know, I'm not going to go into all of it, but there are a lot of different reasons why we are choosing not to go back, and I just don't think it's ever going to be a reality for us, not for a lot of different reasons.
Like we stated earlier, if we were back there, we wouldn't have the life that we have right now.
Yeah.
With Amanda being able to stay home with the kids. That's not necessarily the highest priority that we have. But as far as the kids when they're younger and stuff, that's really what's important to us the most, is to make sure that the kids see us and are around us and learn from us as much as they can in their earlier years.
Yeah.
And that just, it wouldn't be a very good possibility if we went back. So
yeah, no.
Not without me being gone a lot and traveling for work. So.
Which, if we don't have to do that, we're not going to do that. The kids really benefit from having him around. So, no, right now I wouldn't say that it's in our plan to go back at all, which was hard. It was a hard reality for me. And it took, I would say it's taken the 5 years. Because, of course, when we left, it was, you know, we're going to leave and we're going to get his career set up and get his, you know, resume built up and experience, and then we'll end up going back. For me, it's really become a decision that I'm at peace with, because I can see the benefits that we are experiencing from these last 5 years of having me home, having him around, our family becoming so tight-knit. The kids, now they're getting older, they're a lot of fun to watch because they interact so well with each other. They get along really well with each other, and that's a lot because they're around each other all the time. They are really each other's best friends. So it took a long time for me to be at peace with that decision, but I would say that we are. I definitely am. All right, you guys, so that is it. Those are all the questions that you guys sent us. Thank you very, very much. That was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun to, you know, get a dialogue going with you guys. So definitely start a dialogue in the comments. I'd love to chat back and forth with you guys. If you guys enjoyed this and you have any more questions from us, or you want us to do another sort of Q&A, maybe something that's a little more, you know, goofy or fun or whatever, just let us know. It would be a lot of fun to film. Thanks so much for taking the time to get to know us, you guys. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here in our little corner of the YouTube world. And we'll see you guys with the next video.